All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears. Yet another victory for the Chicago Bears team, 28-13 at home against the contending, at the time, 9-3 Detroit Lions. Folks, Justin Fields in his last 5 full games has over 1,200 passing yards. He's got 10 total passing touchdowns. He has over 300 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and most importantly, a passer rating of 107.7. In fact, he is now the second fastest quarterback in NFL history to reach 2,000 rushing yards and 5,000 passing yards in his career. The Chicago Bears look solid. They look really solid in the last couple of weeks, taking down divisional rivals, both in the playoffs currently at the point of this recording, in the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, here's the thing. Fortunately, the Chicago Bears will have the number 1 pick most likely, thanks to, obviously the Chicago Bears, Ryan Poles, etc., but, thanks to the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young. So they're in a fascinating position. They've got a ton of money to spend. They have a couple of decisions to make, but there are guys who are making plays offensively, defensively. They got DJ Moore. They picked up Sweat recently. There's young talent. There's middle of the pack talent. And now you have some veteran-esque talent. To be honest with you, the Chicago Bears, especially in the NFC, they're actually still in the playoff hunt. So we're actually going to talk more about the Chicago Bears clearly in tonight's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bears fans, if you want more Bears content, let me know down below. But let's try and get this video to 100 likes. That would mean the world to me. So for me, I know Chicago is littered with talent. And I want to say this very clearly. Justin Fields is a phenomenal talent. He is one phenomenal talent. For me, this season was all about determining, is Justin Fields the quarterback of the future for the Chicago Bears? I don't think Luke Getsy is the dude. I think Eberflus, we call him Dr. E over on this channel, I think Dr. E is a good coach. I don't think he is the coach for the Chicago Bears. So yes, and I also hate their ownership. I know Bears fans understand what I'm saying here, but Chicago 5-8 here. It's actually, to me, better to lose to get a better draft pick. However, if they are solidified that Justin Fields is the quarterback of the future, well, keep winning, right? Because momentum is everything, and you have Carolina's draft pick, which is definitely going to fall number 1 overall. So you're all set with getting a clear elite talent. They could always trade back. They could always trade up if they keep winning. The possibilities are endless. And that, for me, having options in any sport, in any league, is extremely important. And the Chicago Bears will have plenty of options with just a whole bunch of different aspects for this upcoming offseason. But for right now, is Justin Fields that guy? So this afternoon, they took down the Detroit Lions, divisional rival, the 9-3 at the time Detroit Lions, 28-13. Justin Fields, 19-33, 223 yards of passing with a touchdown, 0 interceptions, 12 carries, 58 yards and a touchdown. So he kept it clean. He was avoiding sacks. He was making play after play, and he was a huge reason that this team won the football game. Now, I'll talk about my opinion on Justin Fields towards the end of this video, but once again, the Chicago Bears are actually much worse this season record-wise than I was anticipating they would be. I thought they would win at least 7 football games, and thanks to the last 2 weeks, that actually looks like it probably will happen. When we take a look actually at the last 4 games of the schedule, you've got the Cleveland Browns, you've got the Arizona Cardinals, you got the Atlanta Falcons, and then you've got the Green Bay Packers. They could win out. I think they still will hit that 7-game benchmark that I had set for them in the offseason. But you have talent, man. I've got DJ Moore, who had one hell of a game this afternoon. 6 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown. 3 carries, 20 yards and a touchdown. So he had 2 total touchdowns on the day. I absolutely love some of these players on the defensive side. Jaquan Brisker. So when Jaquan Brisker actually got drafted initially, I compared him to Ed Reed, and everybody thought, it was crazy. Oh, they're completely different players. It was more so of I'm that big on Jaquan Brisker. I think Jaquan Brisker is I said at the time, a future Hall of Famer. I will still stand by that statement. This afternoon, the safety, Jaquan Brisker, a safety, had 17 total tackles. He had a forced fumble. And in my opinion, he's at least a rising star. When I look at this defense, especially the secondary, man, I've got Jaquan Brisker, I've got Tyreek Stevenson, I have Jalen Johnson. There's so much talent there. Like, there is so much freaking talent there. They went out there, they acquired Montrez Sweat. I think Sweat is an absolute stud. He's got a career high in sacks on the season with 10 total now. And I think he's actually really done a great job with the simple addition of adding him to the roster of just elevating fellow teammates, especially young rookie players, guys like Zach Pickens, Gervon Dexter from Florida. I think they've done a really good job defensively since Sweat's been in town, but especially the secondary and especially just getting to the quarterback. So the Bears' sack number in the first 9 games of the season was 10. The last 4 games, which is, oh my goodness gracious, we just coughed up a storm there. So the Bears' sack number in the first 9 games was 10. All right, not great. In the last 4 games, they've had 11 total sacks. Secondary-wise, in the first 9 games, 6 total interceptions. In the last 4 games, they've had 9 picks. So this defense is making huge plays. And so we have to emphasize the point of everybody is talking when, just talking about the Chicago Bears, everybody's just looking at Justin Fields. Everybody's comparing him to fellow quarterbacks. Oh, Jalen Hurts. Is he Patrick Mahomes? We've got the conversations because they'll have the number 1 draft pick. Do they trade down? Do they take Marvin Harrison Jr.? Do they, try to get more talent for Justin Fields? Or do they go in a completely different route and they select a quarterback in Caleb Williams? For me, the verdict, it's still out there. I still think with injuries, with, I hate to say it, with Luke Getsy, with all of these different aspects, all of these different equations, I still think the jury is still out on Justin Fields. Now, I want to make it very clear. Justin Fields is a really talented quarterback. He can run. He can throw. He can throw the football. Come on, man. Every Bears fan knows this. Every Ohio State fan knows he can throw the football. Is it an offensive line thing? Is it an offensive coordinator thing? Is it a weapons thing? This is stuff we're learning still, but we will have a much better idea, I guarantee you, by the end of the season. I guarantee you. So that's still up for debate. And I think a lot of Bears fans are split, but I will say Justin Fields, I think, is a very talented quarterback, and he's a playmaker. And so this last month of the season, they could go 0-4, they could go 4-0, and it's going to tell us a lot about Justin Fields and the future of the Chicago Bears. Nonetheless, this was a great home victory against a divisional rival in the playoffs, one of the best teams in the NFC, in the Detroit Lions. So that's it for tonight. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, along with a couple of Bears videos every single week. But more importantly, Bears fans, let me know what you guys are thinking down below.